Nothing like full trust right into the get-go. So after just one ride, what do I think? So far, so good. Not all that surprised, to be honest. Having DHR Evo reliability and calipers up to a new and improved lever up here, I think the Evo Pro are gonna shape up to be a pretty popular and really impressive brake for a lot of riders. So first off, getting into kind of the setup and initial feel and what I think, having the pad adjustment dial, sorry if I got that wrong, but basically being able to adjust how much the pad, or how close the pads are to the rotor for a quicker engagement or a little more of a modulation, and then being able to adjust lever reach really gave me a nice ability to customize where I wanted the brakes to pull and hit rotor in my stroke. I was able to kind of get that into a nice happy spot. Getting it set up and running with the shifter, their kind of brake lever shifter dropper post compatibility, unfortunately at the moment doesn't work with an axis pod, but those things are so slim and adjustable that I'm not having a big issue there. I'm really liking the way that it works with the dropper post so far. It has definitely helped put things in a little better position compared to the DHR Evos. So yeah, the ergonomics of the lever itself and the adjustability, I think it's different, but I like it. It just takes a little bit of time after coming off of so many bikes with SRAM brakes or so many bikes with Shimano brakes. You know, TRPs they don't quite have enough spec to where it's like second nature brake lever feel, right? It's like that, like I'm home kind of a feel. And after just a couple minutes grabbing them, I started to get there again, right? All of my personal bikes have TRPs on them because I am a big fan. And these brakes, I think, feel really, really good now that I'm on them. I've got them set up and adjusted where they want to be. What I like so far, the lever feel is that light, smooth actuation that I enjoy and appreciate. It doesn't have like that hard, stiff initial feel like a SRAM Maven, right? Or, you know, something else that's like in that real powerful brake zone. So it's got a really light, smooth actuation. It feels more like just like a lighter duty trail brake when you're pulling that lever. However, it has some really impressive stopping power. Right now, what I have for setup is I'm running the blue brake pads and 203 rotors front and rear. Kevin was kind enough to leave us with some spare rotors and their other brake pad compounds. So I'm going to be doing some experimenting back and forth. What I would really like to do is some stopping distance tests. Obviously there's gonna be a difference in sound, but also feel between like an organic and a semi-metallic or sintered brake pad. So there will be a different feel and sound, right? But stopping distance will be an interesting thing to test out. If you guys, any of you smart whizzes out there, have a suggestion of how you would like to see us conduct a stopping distance test, I would love to see it down below, and we'll try to implement that plus our own ideas. But yeah, all that to say, we're gonna be keeping these brakes on my personal Timp Peak that I ride a whole bunch, and I'm sure they're gonna start coming spec'd on a few more bikes, at least I hope they are. So we'll be reporting back with a long-term review on them, but so far, what I can say is a lot of the similar feels that you got out of the DHR Evo are there, with just a couple of improvements in the ergonomic and lever adjustability. And as far as like all-out braking power, I can't totally say that yet, sorry. I've got these Schwalbe shredded tires on here. We've had a couple days, the snow has just melted and a little bit of rain, so the dirt is so soft and grippy combined with these tires that, like, yeah, it's braking so hard that I'm like getting thrown forward on the bike, but that could just be unfairly attributed to the brakes because the traction on these tires and the dirt today is phenomenal. So I'm going to reserve my support or endorsement on that and so far. But it does feel like they have a little bit more power when you really grab them hard compared to a DHR Evo, which puts it, I mean, in my opinion, on par with a Maven, or maybe even slightly above, but with a much lighter lever feel and actuation, and of course a lot better reliability, which to me is the big problem with the Mavens, or the two big problems with the Mavens. So yeah, this video is not paid for or endorsed by TRP in any way. We did make a tech check video, or I should say like a little bit of a talking head video with TRP where Kevin came out. This video is not part of any obligation with them, so I just wanted to get that out there. Yeah, we're not being paid to say these brakes are better than anybody else's. This is just something we want to do after a day of riding and having some fun on the brakes. So any questions that you guys have, I'd be happy to answer them. Are you guys organic or semi-metallic brake pad fans? And what do you think we should do for a stopping distance test? Leave those comments down below. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you guys out on the trails.